So I remember being with friends in Beijing on the right after the third plenum in 1978, in November, I think it was, and people were really quite excited by the prospect of Deng Xiaoping leading China with all these massive reforms, and you could see them, these reforms coming in with the special economic zones, with the changes in the management of land, rural land by farmers. So these changes were obviously quite amazing to see. No, I think, as you know, third plenums tend to be quite important because they focus with their focus on the economy. It shows that the current government seems to be very keen on implementing some major reforms. So I think it is probably, we'll probably see quite a lot of interesting developments over the course of the next 5 years or so. I think you hear it all the time nowadays. Of course, China is the second largest economy, and is becoming more and more influential as we go along. I just also see from myself, from Malta, my ministers of the cabinet are lining up to come to Beijing to discuss with their counterparts on how to enhance our relations between the two countries. So yes, of course, basically, I think from now on, anything that China do has a bearing on the whole world. But also China, I think, has an increasing responsibility also to the whole world in terms of, even in terms of the environment, So there is a responsibility involved in becoming a major economic power. And I think that China realizes the responsibility, and I'm sure that will continue to deal with these issues in a responsible way. The China dream, I think, is something which comes from the people. It is the people who are making this China dream possible, and from what I see, people are so keen to improve their lives. They are so keen to learn about not only about Chinese culture, but about the world, and it has become a lot easier to learn about the world. So of course, I think that there is not one single China dream. There are many, many China dreams, and I'm quite sure that if the goal that has been set up that has been established by the government and the party to improve the livelihoods of people, I think it will be a good dream. So I'm quite confident of this.